Greetings, everybody. This podcast is Lava. My name is James Font, and with me I have Silas Whitlock.
Hey, yeah.
And Sam Shamuyaker.
What up?
Sam, why are you wearing your headphones like that?
It's quieter because Silas is shouting.
No, I'm not! Okay, I kind of was, but
Yeah.
it's fine.
Just right then, at
This
that
is
moment.
the quiet mode for headphones when you
Quiet
have them
mode.
turned
Yeah.
outside in.
Just please don't be driving while you listen to this, just in case I scream.
He might scream a little bit. I like high in these pictures.
Yep.
So I recently just put a new screen and backplate on my phone.
Wow.
And screwed up my camera because I overheated it and it melted it.
Sucker.
So
What did you do? Like put it in a microwave?
yes,
That's dumb.
that's how you get your phone screen
There's
off.
metal in phones, Sam.
I put metal in the microwave all the time. It's really cool. It's like fireworks, but in your home.
He's like, yeah, one time I put this fork in there. It was sick.
Nope, just a ball of tin foil.
It was lit.
You know, it makes those perfectly smooth and round.
Yeah, that's what that does. Putting it in the mic. Like, did you ever see those videos where they have like the perfectly smooth aluminum tinfoil balls? You never seen those?
I feel like
Do
I
you
have.
live under a rock, Sam?
Why are you
Literally.
wearing your headphones wrong again?
They're right now.
No, they're not. They're wrong.
Oh, they're right.
See how mine is on this side, Sam?
You know what? I'm left-handed.
What?
So I
That
do everything
doesn't mean
opposite
anything.
of all of you suckers.
Anyways, you wear your head. Sam
But you
wears his
play ping
headphone
pong
wrong.
with your right hand because you're weird like that.
Yeah, I am ambidextrous.
I am by
My kid, my
I am ambidextrous.
my kid's amphibious.
What are you?
That actually works as a sentence. I am ambidextrous.
So we got, I don't know what he is.
So
and then we
Sam's
got
bi.
a frog here.
Bidextrous, meaning he used both hands.
Yeah.
Silas Nice podcast is the most fast-growing podcast
Oh.
out of all of
Oh,
my.
am I just a guest to you? Am I not part of the
Well,
the
no.
podcast?
We started a new podcast to bring
Oh.
you on. Like, before we were This Podcast is Lava, and now we're This Podcast is Lava, but with Sam.
Yep.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
So there's this podcast with Lava. And then there's this podcast with Sam.
No.
This podcast is lava,
Uh-huh.
and then this podcast is lava,
but with Sam.
Sam.
So the better version.
I mean,
I'd
just
like to-
because it's newer doesn't mean it's better. I think we've all established that by playing Fallout 76.
Which is a great smooth segue into today's topic of conversation.
You're welcome. That's why you got me. So sit back and get ready to dip your toes in these smooth voice tunes. Or me screaming.
yeah.
I don't know. Oh, gosh.
So,
Okay.
Sam, Silas, and I played. I mean, how many hours do you think you have in Fallout 4?
I think I have exactly, like, not that many. I have, like,
This is a lot of silence.
He has probably like a year.
no,
of
I have
math.
about 80 hours into the game. So not that much, actually.
Oof.
Mm-hmm.
Really? You never
Yep.
beat Fallout 4?
Dude, it came out when I was in college.
Oh, true.
But 80
Okay, you
hours
played-
is a lot.
No,
to
it's
me.
not. No,
well,
it's not.
Okay,
I
to
have
me.
64 days of continuous gameplay in another video game.
What video game is that?
RuneScape?
I don't want to talk about it, but
See-
yes.
See, I thought 106 hours was real. I played Terraria 106 hours. I thought that was really cool. And then I played Fallout 4.
I'm pretty sure that I have no.
I played Fallout 4 for like 4 days consecutive.
Yeah,
play.
that's about.
Okay,
what
so I
got.
just realized that I actually have like 0 on you guys when it comes to that because I've only got an official count of like 2.5 days.
How'd you check that?
Well, how
I
many
don't.
hours?
I'm not looking at my phone right now. I just remember that the last time I signed in, actually, just before I bought 76, rather, I played some Fallout 4, and I had about 2.5 days of log time.
And see, the thing was, like, again, Fallout 4 was awesome.
I haven't beat the game.
You have okay, that is different. I've beat the game.
Wait, you haven't beat Fallout 4?
Not the main quest line.
What the frick is wrong with
I
you?
downloaded mods really early on.
Yeah,
and
don't
so
do
At
that.
that point, it was more of an experience. It was more of an experience for me than to say like complete the storyline. It was more like, oh, what kind of mods can I download? Like, yeah,
Oh.
I didn't care much.
So you
about
did it wrong.
I didn't care much about the story of Fallout 4, and then I also
Yeah, it
heard
was pretty
about
boring.
like kind of the
Hey, I have.
your choices
Hey,
are bad.
there's a settlement
There's a settlement that needs your help.
Well, if you'd play the storyline, you could avoid those.
Yeah, well,
you don't
Okay.
have, you don't
It
have
was
to talk
that-
to Preston every single time you walk somewhere, man. You don't have to do those quests.
no. The problem was for me that it was you couldn't side with multiple factions by the end. So you were playing, and if you
Yeah, you
chose,
have one allegiance. How
Right.
do you think the Nazis did so well? They were true.
I'm not going to
one-
answer that.
That
One
got to the
group of
Nazis
people.
really fast.
Well, now that we're there,
No, we're just not talking about Nazis.
So, anyways, we all really liked Fallout 4. I had like 4 days in it. I beat the main mission and then did all the missions I could.
who did you side with, though?
I sided with the Minutemen.
Okay, that's fair.
Which, I mean, it's fine, but the Minutemen were okay.
Did that
So
end?
James is a loser.
But it was really funny because if you went and talked to the Brotherhood of Steel, they were like, "Oh," they were like, "So I see the Minutemen won, like took down the Institute, but it should have been the Brotherhood of Steel."
So they didn't actually like get angry at you.
Oh no,
No, you see.
but there is a mission I didn't complete where it turned you against the Brotherhood of Steel, where you
Okay.
had to kill a traveling party of the Brotherhood of Steel.
Okay.
And I chose not to do that mission because I didn't want to do it.
So then after you completed the main storyline, that quest just kind of like filtered away, or you just never did it?
I just never did it. It was
Okay.
on my list. I just skipped
Okay.
it. No, I got to a point where all I could do was all I thought I could do was I could go and get supplies for the Brotherhood of Steel, and that was about all, and build stuff
In the game, you
in the
mean?
game. That's all I could do in the game because I'm pretty sure I discovered every place. And
Did you get the DLCs?
not until just recently, so I hadn't played the game.
Yeah, I
beat
just got the
base
DLC.
game.
I got the Game of the Year edition, so I got all the DLC. And
But you're not going to beat those DLCs because you're going to be too busy downloading new mods.
probably.
Wow.
But with Fallout 76, that's the hard part because now I've got two very long and expansive games that I'm going to try and play while
It's
having
easy.
a real
Just
life.
don't play Fallout 76 and play Fallout 4.
But that's, no fun. Oh, can you hear me better now? Hello, people of the internet.
He's talking off to the side of his mic because
Hello, people of the internet.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that does sound way different. It's okay. He was saying stuff we didn't really care about
This
at
is
the time.
this is a
anyways.
dynamic mic. You need to talk into it.
This is me talking to you, the internet. This is me talking to the internet from the other room.
This is me talking to you about. I don't know.
So, Fallout 76 was met with
Okay.
critical outrage.
Sam said the best thing about Fallout 76. He said if this would have come out as a DLC, a free DLC with Fallout 4, it would have been amazing because it's exactly we wanted to play. Like one time we had a night where we all got together and played Fallout 4 on separate TVs on separate Xboxes because we wanted to play Fallout 4
Sam
together.
fell asleep
Sam fell asleep
while
and-
running into a corner.
Yep, and so because
Pressing the forward thumbstick, just
So we'll
moving
just
into a
say,
corner.
like, you said you had about 2 days. So you only really have about 45 hours
Right.
of, like, playing the game while awake.
The problem
because
is
Silas and I were just
being
talking.
an adult, but that's okay.
And then I look over at Sam's screen. He's just running into the corner.
Because Silas and I were like, okay, let's just quit playing this game. And then Sam is sitting on the floor. We're both sitting on the couch, so he's below us. So he's just sitting there, and his hands are on his controller.
And they just forget that I
And-
even exist.
Well,
and,
because you weren't saying anything.
Yeah, you got to talk in your sleep in order to keep
Right,
keep
right.
our attention.
And so we finally looked down at his screen and went, is he sleeping? And also walking into a wall?
It was funny.
yes.
You're just lucky you fell asleep while inside of a vault, I think you were.
I don't know. You were
yeah,
somewhere safe.
I had actually just gotten, I think, like the Overseer's Guardian, and I was
Yeah,
in
that's
that
right,
vault.
yeah.
And so I was just kind of like,
That is the only good gun in the game.
just walking into a corner.
Can you cut that little piece out and just send it to me? Yeah.
Anyways, so we were all kind of excited, but after Fallout 76 came out, we were like, yeah, it's going to be great. It was out a week, and it was already $40.
And actually, I
which
heard
in
that,
itself
yeah, well,
says it's bad.
I heard that it went down to 35. I
Gosh,
don't know if
dang
it
it.
was on the Xbox store that it was 35, or if it was like a Black Friday promo or something like that. But then it went back up to 40, and we all bought it at 40.
No, Silas or Sam and I bought
you
it.
suckers bought it at 40.
Someone's game sharing. One of us
With
is
me.
game
I don't
sharing
know
with
who's game
Silas.
sharing with me, but I got it for free.
Well, he's
And I think I hate it the
freeloading.
most, so I think that's all right.
That's true. I think so. We played. I don't know what we played like 5 hours. I think after the last podcast that we had together, because we played from like 9 till like midnight roughly. So
Yeah,
so
just about.
maybe 3. Is that 3 hours? That's 3 hours. Never mind. 3 hours.
Fine.
Clearly, I can't math well
No,
after a
you
certain
can't.
hour of the day.
After about 2 p.m., you're like, just math is all theoretical, right?
So Silas made a joke about
About 5 minutes ago, I took a split second to realize how Silas
no, not a split second. It was a full
it was-
second and a half.
The second and a half was me realizing how Silas was able to make the
I
So
think-
Silas made a
equation.
joke. He's like, yeah, 6. What it was?
Silas
10
says,
minutes.
Silas says, 10 minutes. Ha, that's 600 seconds. And I went, 600 seconds? How did he do the math on that? Oh, yeah, because when you multiply by 10, you just add a 0 to it. So I wasn't not able to do the math. I was just going, how did
He was legitimately like taking the
how
time
did he
to think about
calculate that so quickly? What did Einstein over there? And then it just dawned on me that like you just add a 0 to that.
Honestly, the way how I remember that is from an episode of Monk.
That's actually better. It's
Yeah,
a better version
That's
of
how I
remembering
remember
things.
it. Yeah, because it's like it only took 600 seconds, and I'm like, oh, that's 10. Yeah, that's 10 minutes. That's right.
The way that I learned how to swear in French was Assassin's Creed.
That is pretty funny.
That is very funny.
The same
Nice.
way. 'Cause
Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. There was just it's so good.
I didn't listen to other people talk in that game.
No, like your character did. I had the subtitles would be on, and he would be speaking English, but then he would swear, and when he would swear, the character Ezio would swear, he would swear in French. And
Do you remember these words?
no, I forgot them out of my memory because I'm a good boy.
You forgot them out of your memory? You're like, wake up in the morning, and like, I gotta pack my memory for the day, and like, get to work. You're like, oh no, I forgot my collection of French swear words.
That's exactly how it works for me.
Wow, so you pack your mind like a lunch every day?
Yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Most of the time, it's like a rotten banana
Oh,
and
gosh.
like one of those Lunchable packs, and that's it. The most basic memories that I need for the day, and a rotten banana.
So we've determined that Sam's brain is Lunchables.
Sam's brain is Lunchables. Is that the name of this podcast episode?
Can it be?
Sam's brain is Lunchables.
Roll credits.
And that's it. That's all we got time for.
Thank you and good night.
Go support us on Patreon at
This podcast is lava.
thispodcastislava.com / this URL doesn't exist yet.
/ please don't buy this web domain before we do.
And nobody is. Somebody on Twitter has morning eggnog. It's just some Twitter page.
Probably
They have a
someone
cat for
that
their
thinks too
profile
much
picture.
like you.
Well, no, this is not a podcast. It's just some dude named.
Right. Well, I know, but like you thought of the name Morning
Actually,
Eggnog.
Caleb did, but yeah,
Well, fine. Someone thinks a lot like Caleb.
that's okay.
That is okay.
They're not allowed to think like me.
That's true. Most people would be in prison if they did.
Ouch. But yeah, Fallout 76 was
I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Then someone's in prison. Wait, what?
I'm in a. That's the second time someone said that.
You do exhibit certain psychopathic tendencies more than the rest of us.
I hide mine more than you.
You're sociopathic.
Yes.
You're sociopathic. You're psychopathic.
So what are you?
He's
very-
a Lunchable.
Very well balanced.
Sam's like, "Ha, if I kick a puppy, I'm sad.
Oh, no.
And the fact that you're not.
It's the joke.
I know.
Our wish. Did you guys understand what I? Anyways.
Yeah, I understood.
What?
The visual was way better than the sound effect.
As I knock
I
my
think
headphones
the
off
intro
my head.
to our podcast should just be all of the sounds that Sam has been making this episode with the my brain is Lunchables and
I'm like an anime of voice sound effects.
You're not Henry Zabrowski. Oh, his lips just moved.
that's so racist. Oh my god.
You don't pressure, bring pressure.
No.
Renard.
Oh yes. Okay. Got it. Anywho, we are super off topic here.
Oh yeah.
Air.
So Fallout 76 was actually something that we played.
We hopped in the game. We're like, yeah, this is totally awesome. We come out of the bedrooms in the game, and we're like, wait, I hear footsteps. Are you in the same game as me? And we look at each other, and we start punching each other.
So
That's actually true.
Actually, no,
like,
sorry. We booted up the game and spent at least 45 minutes working on our characters.
Oh, and our characters are beautiful.
I hope there's a picture included where you can see that I'm just like the French chef, and Silas is.
Wait, hold on.
Missing a chromosome.
That's my guy.
So just
My
imagine,
guy's like, Halo girl.
just imagine walking around in the game and wondering where Silas is at.
You just hear from the distance, and you come around the corner. I'm just staring at like a barrel, just
Hoping
watching
that-
the rust.
Hoping that there's loot in it. With a loot form around me.
So we're describing something.
So
Yeah, so I actually built my character to represent what the game is like. Really stupid and terrible,
I represented.
but really fun to
Something
play
terrible.
with my friends.
That's
the-
what we took away from it.
the first 5 minutes of the game, let's just say it was great.
No, the first 5 minutes sucked because no one knew what was going on, and they
Sam
changed
knew
the.
what he was doing. I got out of the vault and like, Sam's like, "Oh, there's a thing over that way," and I'm like, oh, "Which way is that way?" He's like, "That way," and he's like looking up at the sky.
And then he's like, "Guys, come help me! I'm getting shot by little robots." And
It's
we're
like,
like,
"Where are you?"
"We didn't even."
You guys weren't even out of the vault yet, and I'm
No.
over there getting pummeled by little robots.
Little pesty robots.
Yeah. So the game, like everyone says, it's well, not everyone. There's people that enjoy it, and it's kind of one of those games where it's like if you like it, you love it. If you don't like it, you absolutely like hate it. You find it atrocious. And I feel like there's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm just one of the rare people, or maybe there's a large group
Well,
of people
I mean,
out there that
there's-
think it's just okay. Like it's not the dream Fallout that we all wanted, but it's
Mhm.
also not like you can play it and you can have fun and it's good, but it's not like amazing. It's not
Well, it's not
mind-blowing.
Fallout.
Graphically, it's 2008.
But that's
10?
that's the thing. Whenever they just released that that actually the code is taken from Skyrim and it's taken from Fallout 4 and it's just like copy paste with some new, added things. I guess there's like the Scorch Beast, the level 50 Scorch Beast that totally wrecked our squad in less than a minute.
Oh, that was
I
hilarious.
went
That
and
was-
hid.
That was
one of those
hilarious.
moments why I wanted the game, is just to be like wandering around in a field somewhere, only to have this giant mythical creature come and attack Sam and just hear him scream from the other side of the...
Sam and Silas were walking away, just doing their thing. I was building something I was building armor or something,
I was trying to figure out how to navigate the freaking world.
and I just heard Sam go, "Ah! Scorch
Well,
and ran around.
initially I had thought that I could shoot it and it would die. After like we
Yes, you being a level 2?
10, I'm a level
Oh,
10.
you were a level-
Well, I was level 10 and I couldn't see that it was a level 50 at the time, so I shot it and then it attacked me and it killed me in 2 strikes. But that kind of moment where like the team would actually like the ideal Fallout experience, multiplayer experience would be the two of you guys and me in a game. We're all like attacking some beast as a team, and it's fun and it's crazy, and Like that would be everything I wanted out of the game. And if like we were all higher level and we were all fighting a Scorch Beast together, that would be the ideal Fallout experience. And I think that's what it has the potential to be.
Mhm.
But like the Scorch Beast literally has the same code as the dragons of Skyrim. So it actually will react the same way.
I did not know that.
Yeah, it has all the same code. It's just copy and pasted. And in Fallout, well, in 76, there's still code in it that has comment sections within the actual code for people that don't know code all that well. I know obviously Silas will, but for people that may not know, you can add text comments into code so that other programmers or people that are viewing it can understand maybe a purpose.
Each
or
line
something.
has its own little like form column that you can actually submit like requests and things in. It's really cool. I'm just kidding. It's not like that.
It's like Reddit. But
It's like
inside
Reddit,
of
but
your
inside
code.
your program, and other people can get on and look at it and make
Yeah.
fun of your code. No, that's just Stack Overflow, actually.
But anyways, there's actually comments about Fallout 4 in Fallout 76's code because it's all just copy and pasted.
Which, honestly, that makes sense. It's terrible because they really should have optimized it for this game. But I mean, there's some things. It's like, yeah, you can reuse code for different areas. Like you can like if you have a class that's just like processing like moving things from the world into your inventory, that makes sense to like just use that class because you already have it written.
Right.
It saves time. It saves developer money. Like, yeah, that makes sense.
Even some of the animations, like the
Yeah, I mean,
animations
'cause-
could stay the same too.
Yeah, because I enjoyed Fallout 4's shooting mechanics. They actually, I believe, they used or they hired in some people from Bungie to come in and help after Destiny came out.
That would make sense.
They hired in people from Bungie to come in and help out with their shooting mechanics a lot, and that's why it was really good in Fallout 4.
which I think they actually improved upon in 76. I felt like there was just a little bit more smooth.
Everything feels choppy to me, but that's just because I've been playing on a PC for the past.
Yeah, and that
long
makes
time
sense. It's a weird
So
transition.
it's like everything feels really choppy, and it feels like I can't control it.
right.
So
Which with switching between controller mouse, yeah, I would get
Yeah.
that. But I think for me being solely console, I feel like they may have improved it just by like the tiniest smidge where I feel more capable of hitting a target without using VATS.
I'm definitely incapable of hitting a target.
It's
It's terrible.
Well, you know, we haven't played it that
So-
long.
I'm applauding you, not in a mocking way.
Oh, of course.
Good job. He's such a loser, James.
I know, right?
Back to Fallout 76.
I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of things they could have refined in it, which would make it better. The one of my biggest problems with it is it's a live action game. You cannot pause the game in game.
Right.
Therefore, their menu system needs to be more accessible, and they made it not accessible at all. They changed things, like to navigate the Pip-Boy, you used to use bumpers and triggers. Now you use the D-pad and triggers.
Mm-hmm.
And if
Well, you
And
can
if
you can use the joystick as well.
But
But-
see, you couldn't use it before, and so
Mm-mm.
I got really used to that, and so I keep opening my camp.
Yeah.
Like, let's just say you have a ton of weapons and you're in the middle of a firefight. You need to switch weapons in a hurry. They made it pause the game in the older Fallout games because it's such a
Arduous process.
there's so many pieces of your inventory, and let's just say 10 minutes ago before you were in combat, you were in your quest section. Well, now in live action combat, you have to switch over to the section where you'd have your weapons and then go through all your weapons to find the right one
Yeah.
without pausing
I mean,
the game.
you can favorite your weapons. So I will say,
Right.
in that sense, I do defend them in the fact that you can just favorite your weapons that you want to use. But say one of those
But
weapons runs out of ammo.
Yeah.
No, but one time I was trying to get to one of my favorites, and it kept going to the spaces around it.
Yeah.
Well,
So it's
and
it's
here's-
a broken system.
the system that actually irritates me a little bit is I'm glad they added those features, but they never give you an explanation of how to use them that I saw in game. So they added those features, which is great because I'm thinking like, sweet, I can favorite these weapons now. I know they had favorite systems like on the D-pad from Fallout 4, But I'm like, sweet, I can have a favorite, so I can switch to a stim pack. If I'm low on health, I can switch to my favorite.
Well, and
whatever.
Didn't they have it so that you could actually customize what the favorite system would be? Like if I wanted to use like a stim pack as like my D up or whatever.
Yeah, they made it. You could add anything to it, like any inventory.
Like I remember
piece.
having like my stim packs, and then I had my
Well,
rifle.
then there's
and, like,
gesture.
fat
The
man and stuff
down
like that.
D-pad on 76 is just gestures.
Yeah.
I don't want gestures. I will never use those.
The
I will
gestures
use
were
gestures
designed.
when I'm making fun of other people in game.
Hey, the gestures I think were designed for non mic wearing people. They wanted it to be the most like if you were
Help, I'm dying.
I don't know, some excuse me, some terrible situation and you needed to communicate in the most basic level, you could communicate with gestures. I don't see them as that great, but there was one instance where I got on I was playing solo. I encountered another player and he and I actually teamed up for a quest. And halfway through, his mic went out and he couldn't figure out why his mic wasn't working. So then we were able to work it out by I could talk into my mic and be like, "Are you good with this?" And he could give the thumbs up or the thumbs down.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying it has no
works.
purpose.
Right.
I'm just saying it should be an option to change it.
Sure, yeah. You could have it removed from your menu.
They've made tweaks to the game that didn't benefit it.
The things that they refined and made
like
really
charging
good.
full price.
The things that they refined and made really did just a great job with.
Yeah.
Do not, in my opinion, justify the fact that every other aspect of what the game is, what makes it Fallout, is crap. They paid attention to these stupid things that didn't matter, and then these things like when I first got on, I would press buttons and there was a delay to like my button presses.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'd go to jump and it would take like a second to jump.
Don't even talk about opening your map.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it takes forever to open your map, so you don't know, and you have no there's no loading bar or anything to see if it's popping up. Like I understand things need to render in the game to see where you've got new players in it, so you've got to figure out their coordinates and stuff like that. So you have to. There's a whole process behind that, but it's something I don't know. You pull up your map in Call of Duty and boom, it's done or whatever, or it gives you or you see you have confirmation that you're doing an action. I'm not saying I need confirmation for every step I take, but I'm just saying it's so laggy, and then
this is week.
Frustrating.
Is it week 2 of it?
Week 2 or 3.
Yes, but it's also been in beta. It had been in beta for months before this.
Which, yeah, I feel
and these things were things that people were like, "Hey, this is an issue." You can't tell me that this feels legitimately like it's an alpha beta.
We actually are getting the beta as the full version.
Yeah, this is or pre-alpha, I would say, pre-alpha beta.
Yeah.
It's the earliest release of the game, it feels like. And then they're charging $60 for it.
And it's a 2018 game.
Right.
Yeah. When I bought Hunt earlier this year, when my friend bought it for me, it was in beta, but it was still so good at that time. We had server issues and everything, but that was just a $30 game, and graphically it was beautiful. Controls were beautiful. They have not really had to fix anything. They've had to tune some stuff and add new features and whatnot, but they didn't. It was never it's not like you walk up to this building and then bam, now it renders and now it loads. Things render as you come close to it. It's
right.
These little things that have been solved, I don't know, back in 2012, and it's kind of because the graphics are not hard. It's not difficult. You could probably pull up and play this game. Well, you should be able to play this game on a really, really crappy computer because the graphics are that bad.
Yeah.
And the rendering is terrible.
On what? Fallout 76?
Yeah, on Fallout 76.
Okay, I was going to say.
I'm sorry, yeah. No, Hunt is
Hunt's
beautiful.
amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
Hunt, I remember seeing you play it, and that had
Well,
really...
I tried playing on my potato computer, and everything
it's
looked
made
like
by Crytek,
potatoes.
so
Yeah, I'd believe that.
it makes sense.
Crysis?
And that's where my comment about it being a good DLC came in, because
It looks like Fallout 4.
right, and it has, like I said, it has its redeeming qualities, but if you're going to release a game to the public, it doesn't make sense how a very popular company who has
Fallout 4,
solidly released good games in the
It
past.
doesn't make sense how a game company that brought us Doom
And Wolfenstein.
and Wolfenstein, two of the smoothest games I've ever played,
Yes.
dropped this piece of junk.
Yeah.
Because they were like,
they pulled an EA. They pulled a Battlefront.
they definitely did. Not quite as bad with loot boxes and stuff, but they
Yeah,
definitely
but it was close.
didn't do what the consumer wanted. Because have you ever seen Wolfenstein or Doom, Sam?
Yeah. Yeah.
Excellent looking games, and they're on completely different engines,
Mm-hmm.
as far as I know.
Yeah,
But they're-
well, no, yeah.
And I'm not saying Fallout's an easy thing to do because it's a huge game.
And like I understand like Fallout has its specific engine, and like if you were to change up the way how, like I was talking about this with you because you said you wanted to be able to like jump over things and whatnot. You wanted it to play a lot more like Wolfenstein.
Or just regular games now.
But I
Most
just
game-
mean like, but there's some aspects to it. Like if you change the way how it runs, it's not the way how it works, and people won't like it because it's not like Fallout.
True.
You can
that's
do
what
that where
happened.
you take that aspect of Fallout away just by changing the way how characters can maneuver the map.
Yeah, because I was just talking about like chest high walls. You should be able to jump and like
Yes, you
pivot
should be
over
able
them.
to
You
jump
should be able
over
to
them.
mount them like you do, like
But-
in Battlefront
Yeah.
or Battlefield 1, where you're able to
Jump over a 10-foot wall.
Well, you're able
No,
to
that's
jump
too much.
You're able to jump over like a 3-foot wall, but if there's like a 10-foot wall, you're able to hoist yourself
But
up.
I
And
will.
it takes an extra
I
second.
will also say, your character is oftentimes carrying how much weight at a time? Like
We
an
don't talk
extra
about that.
180
Hey, look!
pounds.
I've got 350
It's like-
pounds of power armor.
Yeah, so it's like
Not that
you
I'm
may
using
not be
it,
able
I
to.
just have
And
it.
that's another thing where if you like, say you are wearing power armor, you're used to being able to jump over walls and stuff. It wouldn't make a whole lot of sense that.
But it's power armor.
It's power armor, but it's also huge and clunky.
Yeah,
Tanks
it's
can't
not
maneuver like cars,
true.
so
You can if you're Master Chief.
if you're,
As a car,
He weighs as much as a car.
what are you gonna say?
As a car.
As a car, I'd like to drive around this building. As a tank, I'd like to drive through it.
Exactly. See, exactly. Now, I will say, like, a destructive environment would be really cool for Fallout.
Which I mean,
Just drop a mini nuke
you
somewhere.
can drop a nuke and it does change the environment. Like
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a pre-programmed. Like,
right.
they are
it
anticipating
loads-
that location.
Yeah, it loads a specific
Yeah.
area and a specific quote unquote destroyed
Hmm.
animation for that area.
Yeah.
So that's definitely a different scenario.
Hmm.
I do like that. Like it does change the way the gameplay works a little bit. I'm glad that they have it in place where it's not just like a griefing system.
Yeah.
One other thing. Sorry, did you have more on that?
That was pretty much.
Another thing about
That was pretty much.
because you anyway.
Much like Fallout 76, I don't finish anything.
Sam's like, all right, well, I started a sentence. We'll put it out to the public and see what happens.
I'll just see what you take. I'll see what you interpret that sentence to be like. Much like Fallout 76.
It took forever to get a gun.
Oh my freaking gosh! And then
You guys
And
should
I
just turn
still-
left at the right outside the vault.
No. Yeah, you get a pistol. Whoop-de-doo. We
Get
got
a
that.
pistol.
We got that pistol. That was fine. It takes forever to get anything good. Where did
True.
you find your shotgun? I was
James,
running.
James, you gave me your shotgun,
I had to, but yeah.
Yeah, I gave James one of my shotguns.
And one of the things with
so
the
I probably have his shotgun. Now.
one of the things with the
Probably.
leveling system. No, anyways. One of the things with the leveling systems is it like Silas. I've never liked games with leveled bosses or leveled NPCs, enemies. There we go.
Leveled enemies, yeah.
Leveled enemies because like Silas is not getting the same loot as me because he's not the same level as me. Also, I detest games. What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I detest games with leveled weapons so much.
I'm gonna disagree.
Okay.
Because for me it adds more achievement, and it's like one of those things where it's like, oh, I can't go to this area yet, I need to spend more time in other areas and level up, and then I can come back to this one, and you get a sense of like
That's a little different
you get
'cause-
how is it different?
because that's like an area like you're not
No,
strong enough
I mean
to
like
take it.
yeah, like you're not strong enough because you're not leveled up enough because you've got leveled character NPCs in there.
I know, but I'm saying like the pistol any pistol you should be able to use any gun, because I was using a 10 millimeter pistol, but there was an arbitrary other 10 millimeter pistol that did slightly better damage, but I couldn't use it for like 10 more levels.
Yeah, I still disagree with you.
Okay.
Just because I think that like that adds like an aspect. Because I mean, then you've got games like Call of Duty where it's like you don't have to unlock or like level up your gun and unlock skins for it. So it takes away the aspect of like, oh my gosh, this guy's put so much effort into getting his gun to the point where he wants like getting the diamond skin or whatever for it. Now it's like, oh, you see this guy running around with like a hot pink like flashy skin. No. I mean, I understand they buy it, but I'm just saying like it's for multiplayer games and stuff like that, like, or even single player games, like leveling up to get the weapon that you want is like, for me, it's adding reward to the game. It's not just, oh, I stumbled upon this gun.
Or
it's
you
like,
bought
oh,
it.
I stumbled upon this gun, but I can't use it yet. I need to level up for it first, and then I can use it. And so it's like,
and you
it's
can't just
kind
go
of
out and
like
buy it.
yeah, it's more rewarding than just being like, oh, I can get a new perk now when I level up.
Yeah. And
So
when you see another player, you think, oh my gosh, like, dude, he's got like a legendary bazooka, mod on it. And they're like, wow, that's cool, because he obviously like did something in game to earn that. And while it's frustrating, because like I have leveled weapons too that I'd love to use right now, but I kind of understand their processing of you go up the scale to get there.
Are you just talking about in comparison to old Fallout games? Because I know in other Fallout games, it's like you can get any gun you want, but it's not going to do as much damage until you get to a higher level. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, no, because you could get guns that had higher levels.
Yeah,
You just couldn't use them competently.
no, you could. Yeah, you could get guns that could do more damage, but then they don't do the full amount of damage necessarily. Like in Fallout 4, like my guns do, in comparison to like the stock, like when you first find them when you're low level, my guns do like 80% more damage now because I have perks and stuff that make the damage go up higher.
And see, that's different to me rather than having an arbitrary number that you have to get to. That is, you're getting perks that you could then, because
I feel like that's the exact same thing.
it's different.
I
See,
guess-
it's
It's
different.
just
to me.
I
I
feel
could see
rewarded because I get an item.
I could see it in two ways. I would say the gun itself shouldn't be leveled necessarily. Like you could use the 10 millimeter pistol.
They could keep it like how they had it in Fallout 4,
like
where you get it.
Like
but
Call
then,
of Duty was fine in the way of like when you can get a gun once you level up, and then you don't get anything. You can't. There's no scopes or mods or anything for it until you use it and level the gun up.
Right.
Which is
that
which
makes
is
more
different
sense to
than
me.
I have a machine gun in Fallout 76 that I can't use at all.
it's
The enemies, I feel like that's the problem.
I know, but I
really the
have it.
same.
Yes, but I have it
Yeah, I know.
in
But
my
technically,
inventory.
you have it in Call of Duty. You can't use it yet because you haven't unlocked it. It's the same thing.
I guess it's just
It's like if I find something, and like I guess, and also the difference would be like I played a lot of RuneScape, so a lot of my RPG and a lot of like my online experience is spent through RuneScape, where you can find an item, but you may not be able to use it until a later level. Which it can be frustrating, but you just toss it in storage until you get to a level, and it makes you excited. It gives you something to work towards.
Sure.
Like,
yeah.
you seeing that person that has spent a lot of time in the game that has like really cool armor and stuff like that, you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait till I get to that point where I can use that armor, rather than being like, oh, everybody has this armor, but whether or not it's actually good armor depends on how many perks the person has and if they use the perks properly. And that's another thing I want to talk about is the perk system in this game.
Oh my gosh.
They had, in comparison, Fallout 4's perk system was the best out of all the Fallout series, in my opinion.
Yeah, that scale was actually really good to use.
It was helpful. It was
They
you could
had this
see
little
all
poster
of them?
chart. You could, and that was a thing where you could see what perks like did at higher levels, and you could work. You're like, oh, if I level up my charisma to like level 10, I can get this cool perk down here that does this thing,
Yep.
or I can unlock this leadership perk that allows me to build little stands so I can make more caps and be able to buy new things and like I can make more. You can really strategize how your character's played.
Right.
With this new one where it's like you get this little perk packet and then you open it up and you get these perks, and then some perks you unlock, and they just kind of like go over to the side. And these other perks you can put on your.
I
your
still haven't
special
actually
thing.
figured out how it works. I just add as many cards to my
Oh yeah,
character
same here. I'm
as
just like
is allowed, because
and they make you choose one too.
right.
They make you choose one, which is
Right.
frustrating. They're like, you can use these, and it's like, well, what if I don't like?
I don't know how this works, so
like-
eeny, meeny, miny,
So I have
moe.
to choose out of these like 3,
Yeah,
and I don't know if I'm going to be able to unlock these other 2 perks. But like,
and
I don't know. It's really stupid.
And because it's kind of confusing, it's also difficult to do any of that character planning because you're not sure how it will affect your character building in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I guess granted, with most Fallout games, I feel like a lot of people will play through it once and figure out like, oh, this is kind of how the game works. I would prefer to have this kind of character build, and then they'll replay through it with a different character build.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess you could look at it that way and say, okay, you're going to figure out the card system on this playthrough, and then the next playthrough, or down the line you'll get it more perfected. I don't know if that maybe I'm just kind of like trying to keep it balanced with like the devil's advocate opinion there, because I don't personally
I
like
mean,
that perk system. I like being
I
able
could
to
see how
share.
people would find it fun.
Yeah.
It's like one of those things where it's like I want to strategize how I build my character a little bit more than that.
Right.
And with that perk system, at least I haven't figured out how to do it yet in the 4 hours that I've played it. And
To make it effective for
yeah,
you.
it's not like it's no longer. It takes away the I've leveled up. Let's see what I can like look forward to. It's like I've leveled up. Let's see what I get. It's like going to the gas station and buying a scratcher and being like, oh, I got this. Oh, I got $2 back.
Yeah.
Like, or it's like, I mean,
for perks, I hate that.
yeah,
If it was
'cause
like
I don't want chance when it
Right.
comes to. I want to strategically level up my character to make him the most
The build you want to use.
the build for your
Yes,
play
the
style.
yeah, exactly.
In-game.
The most custom to me.
Yep.
But with that, it's like, you're gonna have like I can't freaking unlock anything because I don't have a dang perk.
Yeah.
So I can't pick any freaking locks.
There was a quest that I got to. I'd been playing through while you guys were I was just playing solo. I had seen from another, from like a YouTube video that you could unlock a flaming submachine gun through this quest line. So I went through this quest line. The very last thing that I needed to do was unlock a building. And I'm thinking, perfect. I always, when I've played Fallout before, I've always leveled lockpick up as one of my initial
Yep,
ones,
that's
because
the-
you get a
there's-
lot of loot that way, and
Yep.
it helps you build a low level character
Lockpick and terminal.
and charisma.
Hacker.
I actually don't like doing the hacking in the
No,
game.
I don't.
I
I mean, I
never
know how to
do.
do it.
I never
I
do
know
the
how to do
computer
it, but
one.
I'll see stuff. I'll see a bunch of cool stuff. But if it's like behind a door that I can't like lock pick I will legitimately find a different way to in the room rather than going through that terminal.
I hate terminal hacking.
I mean, I figured it out. You can. There's a whole process to it that
Yeah.
you can do.
There's like the little
But
cheat
it's
buttons
just like
and stuff.
yeah, you can remove duds and whatnot. But it's like
It's too long, and
It's
then you
too-
back out and go back in. I'd rather break a bobby pin than
yeah,
try and hack a terminal, figure out a
Mhm.
word. It's dumb. And then like the next time you go in, the first word that you pick unlocks it magically, and you're just like,
You're like, oh,
okay.
that was good. But yeah, I will stay away from rooms that the only way I can get into it is by unlocking it via a terminal.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
But like,
So there are like loot stashes throughout Fallout 4
Of
that I just
course.
haven't touched because I'm like, I don't want to waste time in that. I want to go pick up that lamp over in the corner.
I can't tell you how many loot stashes I've just forgotten about in Fallout games where I'm like, oh, master level lockpick. I'm never gonna make that. I'll make that. I'm like a level
Mhm.
5. I'm
I
like,
did in Fallout 3. It was great.
You went back to one.
I'm master level in Fallout 4, and it is
I am.
amazing.
I am too, but like low level, you don't necessarily go back to those
Oh,
places.
you meant go back to the places.
Yeah, like you find one
Well, the best.
at a level
when
5 or whatever.
Here's the thing: when you play through the game and you don't put mods on it, and you enjoy the game for what it is, and the way how the developers wanted it to be, it's really easy to find yourself going back through old
Yeah,
places.
but the developers allowed the mods
The
and in this
They
particular
did,
version.
and in that sense, I feel
I will
bad
s-
for you because you're missing out.
I will say this: the best.
But mods can be super hilarious,
Have
so
you
I
s-
understand.
Yes, but also some of the mods actually improve the game. I don't know if you've seen. There's Fallout Miami, and there's Fallout Acadia, I think. There are these two like basically whole new Fallout games off of the engine of Fallout 4. Fallout Miami is set in Florida, so like
Okay.
you're on the beach, and there's a ton of good lore and backstory where they kind of explain like what the apocalypse looked like for Florida. And I think Fallout Acadia is like up north.
All the gators grew big, so all the people
No,
without
there
teeth
is.
had to
There's
find other things.
There's
to
actually
eat.
like gators, and then there's like beach going ghouls, so they have like rubber duckies on, like
Oh
like
my gosh.
floaty. They've got like floaties on and stuff, and tropical
great.
shirts. So I don't know if that's come out yet. I think that's due for like by the end of this year. But you know, with mods,
Is that like a Fallout 4 mod?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it's like it's one of the ones where there's like a development team, and they're really going about this the same way that like a true game program system would go. Like they're
A true game developer would.
yeah,
Go
like
about
they're
things,
very
A
they're
team,
very
the
involved.
way how a team would actually do it.
Yeah, they're very involved. They have multiple members versus like a guy who's like, I want a special gun in Fallout 4. I'm going to mod this gun and
So it
There we
says
go.
John Cena every time I shoot someone.
John Cena. I would actually enjoy that mod. Someone please make that if you want.
Oh, there's already one
Oh,
for
there
for
is?
Fat Man. Yeah, man.
Oh, perfect.
So when you when you launch it,
no, make one that says the guy.
Wow.
Wow.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Wow.
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 I'm pretty sure they have one of those too, but I think it's for a machine gun.
I know there's
Wow.
there's one that is pew, like it's just like
yeah. I saw that one. That one's
pew.
funny.
That one is really funny, especially when you get a big group of people, like the
You
synths.
just-
If all the synths are shooting at you, you just hear like a chorus of pew 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 pew, and you're like, what the heck is going on?
What the heck?
What
He
the
was
heck?
pewing at me.
He was flinging all his pew at me.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Notice how happy we are when we talk about Fallout 4.
And then notice how angry I get when I talk about Fallout 76.
every single time I've
Coincidence?
played Fallout 76, Olivia just tells me to calm down because
and every
I'm
time
just
I
so
play Fallout 76, Quasi just gets mad at me.
I'm just so angry when I'm playing. I'm like,
Oh, me too, man.
The only thing that gives me
Sam's
solace.
the only happy one.
Yeah, I'm happy because
Sam's like, yeah,
She's like, Sam's just like, I finally have friends again.
that's the only like saving grace is honestly the multiplayer aspect.
Yes,
Multi?
I agree. The multiplayer. Yeah, I
The
agree.
multiplayer.
I agree.
It'll be big.
I legitimately enjoy playing it with.
And that's
friends.
what we wanted back in 2015. Like when I was playing it,
When
we
we
just
were
didn't
all
think we just didn't think we had to be as specific. Hey,
yeah.
take Fallout
Hey,
4.
we
add
want a
multiplayer
good
to it,
multiplayer game, please.
add
and thank
multiplayer
you.
to it,
but make it good.
make it free, not a whole completely different game.
I
No,
would,
no, no, no,
I
no,
would
no,
pay
no, no.
for it. I would pay for it.
I would if Fallout 76 was exactly how Todd wanted it to be, I would pay for it.
It just works.
It's just you can tell that the project manager was like, "We don't care. We've got a deadline. We can't."
Our name's
No,
yeah.
Bethesda, so everyone makes the joke that it's not a glitch.
It's a feature.
Cool. Have you heard about Baggate?
Yeah, I have heard about
I
that.
haven't heard about it.
I think you did. Did you?
No,
I don't know.
Go ahead and explain it for our
the,
listeners. All four
this
of
is
you.
like-
we love you very much.
If I had
Thank you.
$200 sitting around, this is what the version of Fallout 76 I would have bought because it's the
Oh no,
the Power Armor edition. It comes with the helmet.
I almost bought that, but I'm glad I waited because I heard that the beta was so bad.
Well, yeah, I mean,
And
but
so I
like,
was like, I'm not going to pre-order it just in case the game's bad.
The
And
only
look at
cool
me, I
thing
saved
is the helmet.
$200.
like I don't care about the game.
Oh,
like
yeah,
the
that's
helmet
the
looks
only thing I
legit.
cared about, too.
Just buy it on eBay for like $100. But anyways, the quote unquote canvas bag that was supposed to come
Oh
with
yeah,
it.
this.
It comes out as like a plastic vinyl bag, and no one actually cares
It's
about
a
the
nylon bag.
Yeah, nylon bag.
Yeah.
Nylon bag. No one actually cares that it's a nylon bag. They don't care that it wasn't a canvas bag because they're not going to use the
I
bag.
legitimately care because canvas is sexy.
But they care because it's the principle of the thing that they're like, hey, you're going to
we
get this
paid-
sweet bag. And they're like, hey, here's a 3-cent bag from China.
And they didn't tell anybody
No.
about it.
And they're not really handling it with the best customer
No,
service. They're just
uh-uh.
like, well,
You bought it.
That's what you get when you buy a thing from us.
I'm pretty sure that's false advertisement, but I don't know.
No, I'm okay. So I don't know. I didn't buy the $200 version, so I don't have a fight to pick with that. I do think that it's just they're making very poor choices. And I hope that doesn't hurt them because I want them to make more games. I want them to be able to improve upon Fallout 76.
All I'm saying is that if they put this little of effort into Fallout 76, if they legitimately thought, okay, we can put 2 people on this and release a mobile app for your consoles, then Doom Eternal better be the best thing I've ever played in my entire life, because what the heck?
So I was at the dollar store on the way here. It's the American thing that we have around here. It's called a dollar store.
Yes, for all of our foreign listeners, people from, like, I don't know, Southern Ohio.
All one of you that doesn't live in the tri-state area, Dollar General is a store that nothing is actually a dollar. But
It's
Yes.
generally $1.
it's
It's
general.
a concept.
They should just call it a general store then. But
I'm
as
pretty
I
sure
was-
they call it Dollar General at some places. So it's like, it's generally
it's
$1.
generally $1, but the whole point of all of that lame, pointless, worthless crap that I just fed you all was that they had Doom there for $10 behind the counter.
What?
They had Doom, and they had another game that I don't remember for Xbox One.
You should have got Doom.
But for $10, I figured I could get it cheaper at GameStop. Like just get a pre-owned version.
You've never been into GameStop, have you? No, you have.
I've been to GameStop. I go there all
Yeah.
the time, actually.
You're the sucker that keeps them alive.
No. The only thing I ever buy from GameStop are their collectibles.
And they're like, buy 4 more, get 1 half off.
No. I'm the
That one
person.
time, I remember that we had a video game night, and you were late. You were like 2 hours late because you went to GameStop beforehand, and they wouldn't leave you alone.
You're right.
They kept getting you to
You're
buy
right.
stuff.
They didn't get me to buy stuff, but they kept trying. They were like,
Oh, I thought they
No.
sold you a bunch of stuff.
no, I think I went in there to get like maybe a game because I think we were gonna play.
Okay.
I think we were gonna play Halo 3, and I
Oh,
didn't
right.
have
Yeah,
the
that's
multiplayer disc from Halo 3 ODST, so I had to go and buy ODST for like $2 at GameStop. It was dirt cheap. But when I
Sam,
went in
you're
there,
too sweet.
they're just like, "Hey, what brings you in today?" I was like, "Oh, I just need this game." Like, "Oh, cool, yeah. You know, we have this special offer if you buy this thing." I'm like, "Yeah, you know, I just have this you know." I just
He
need
goes
that."
all car salesman on you and like takes you over to their
He does.
collectibles case and like slaps on the top of it. He's like, "You see this bad boy right here? Only 600 of them in existence.
You
in
can
this
fit
store.
so
There's
many of
another
them in this
600 at the
bad
next
boy."
store, but they're $50. Buy 2 of them, get the third one $3 off. See." Don't think about it, but think about it. $3 off.
Don't
Just-
think about it, but think about it. But don't think about
That's
it.
Just
only
think
$147.
Of how many copies of Fallout 76 you can fit in this
Think about
Vault Boy backpack. You can fit so many in this bad boy. Slaps the Vault Tech bag.
Oh no, it ripped because it's nylon.
But
Yeah, for real.
no, like he pulls out like a binder. Because when I
He's
go
like,
in there,
"Wait a second, let me see what I can try and sell you."
I'm checking out I always check out their collectible clearance, because usually they have decent prices on collectibles, and they have a better selection on collectibles than most like Walmarts and stuff in the area. So you can find less common things for
They do
a
have way
decent
better
price.
prices than actual retail normally.
They do. You
When
just can't
it's-
get out of their stores.
when it's on clearance, because I found when it's on clearance, then it's a good price. Sometimes they do a markup when it's like full retail, and sometimes they do clearance where it's like 50 cents off. You just have to peel the sticker back and you see, oh, was $19.99, now $19.45. Oh, but anyways, he pulls out a binder of like all these collectibles you can pre-order. He's like, yeah, you know, we have a pretty
Oh,
good
yeah.
selection here, but want to see a binder full of things that you could buy?
That's why you always tell them, "No, I'm good.
I told
I've
him
got it."
no. So many times.
But the
they're
thing
like
is,
car
you're too
salesmen.
kind. You need to be mean and go, no, I'm leaving now.
Go take a shower, okay? And leave me alone. Leave me to shop. Please and thank you.
Yeah, I didn't do that. I think at that point.
Okay, I
though,
want to tell anyone
GameStop
who's
was
bugging me,
really
just
poor.
go take a shower.
Hey, you stinky person, go take a shower. You suck.
I don't know. I feel like most people that work
Stop
there,
bugging me.
Most people that work there are stinky.
or at least the people that I've
40-year-old
seen,
men.
they're just like kind of greasy, and you're just like,
Go take a shower.
oh, yeah.
Go get out of your parents' basement.
I
No,
work
no,
at
I've talked to
GameStop
some
because I
that
love
have,
games.
have apartments. Like I've like
Go back to your apartment, you nerd.
actually. Well, that I guess that
As
guy
we
was
sit
really
here
cool.
and
I
talk
have
about
had
Fallout
good
76.
experiences.
I have
at
had good
GameStop.
experiences there too.
I've had actually really good experiences with GameStop.
One
I don't think
time-
I've ever had a bad experience.
They
with
always
GameStop.
make you feel so good after buying all their inventory, Sam.
like,
don't
man,
they?
you're so amazing.
Like, hey, you actually gave me a paycheck this week. And you're like, hey, ding, you've just got this pile of stuff like in your arms and on your back. And
you're
like
our number one
waddling out.
customer.
You're like,
Do you want to trade the hell back? We'll give you a nickel.
I didn't know I needed a Cookin' Mama for the DS. I gotta go find a DS now, but I got the game.
Wow.
It was only $12.
If I had not gone to
Originally $6.
GameStop, I would not have known that I needed all of these things. They're so nice there. They tell me all of the games that I need to buy
It's
and
just
the
suddenly a
systems.
leprechaun.
I don't even have a Nintendo.
Yes,
Yeah,
I'm
but
a leprechaun.
Instead of it being gold, it's just GameStop merchandise.
Yes, and it's not even like game themed. It's just
It's just like-
GameStop.
It's
all-
GameStop.
oh my gosh!
It's
all
just
their
their
all their bag
merchandise.
patches
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and their jacket patches that you can get or used to
What
be able
what
to
is
buy.
what's their quote like? Get in the game? Is it GameStop? Get in the game, or is it like
That's
EA
AutoZone.
Sports.
no?
What?
Get in the zone.
Hold up, guys.
No,
get
What
in the
heck?
zone.
You're right. EA,
Yeah.
EA is EA Games.
Yeah, because
Get in
every
the
time you
game.
boot up like one of their like
Older
you see
games. I
some
don't
dude
think it
like
is
catch a
anymore.
football, he turns, he's all muscly,
Yeah.
he's like EA Sports, get in the game, you know, like that.
Then there's rallies. It's like gotta eat. I guess if I have
Ba,
to.
ba, 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 gotta eat that food at rallies. Yeah.
I think
Yep.
you just found your new calling, Sam.
Sam, you should do jingles. I think you'd be so good at it.
I think that he would get people like me that like they hear something that's so terrible, like, oh my gosh, I have to eat
I
there
have to
now
buy
because
this.
that was so bad. It's hilarious.
Yep.
That's how I am.
It's
All right.
True.
Final thoughts about Fallout 76. Sam, go.
It's a game that I love and it's pretty cool. You know, it's a game that's cool and I hate it all. I don't know.
What the heck? Oh my God.
James, you lied to me. You said I was good at jingles.
I said you were good at jingles. He said that you're bad
You lied
at
to
it.
me as well then.
No, I think you're great. Notice you made me laugh, and I would buy your product.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
I'm gonna go
Fallout 76 is just get
I'm gonna buy Fallout 76 now, guys.
Wow.
Good. You can stop game sharing with one of us, you freeloader.
Yeah, freeloader. Anyway, serious.
Oh.
Serious.
Yeah, no, I think that it's a good game if you're fond of the way that Fallout 4 is. If you're fond of Fallout 4 and you enjoy playing games with friends, then it's a great game if you have a group of friends that can't take it too seriously.
So it's like Sea of Thieves.
Woo.
So it's like Sea of Thieves.
Oh wait, I forgot the 5.
Do you know anything about Sea of Thieves?
I've
Thieves,
never
Thieves,
played
Thieves?
it. I looked forward to that.
There's
'cause
a
it
$1
seemed
over there and
cool.
a 5 right there. That makes
So it's just threw money at Sam. Now Sam's taking
he
off
hasn't
his
taken
clothes.
off his clothes yet, though.
Oh, well, you know, there's always
So
extra
it's-
podcasts.
I'll just make me another jingle real quick.
So his final thoughts on Fallout 76.
Throw me your money and give it all to me. I'll take it and I'll buy some stuff at GameStop. So here's a concept. I would write jingles, but all of it would be to that tune.
The exact same.
You would have to pay a ton of money to get that, I'm pretty sure.
Each podcast episode has a new jingle done by yours truly.
AutoZone is
Sam
cool, and I like it
Schumacher.
a lot. I get my car fixed there, and it's really nice. I drive my car everywhere.
Oh my gosh! Okay, stop. Um,
So as the vein on your forehead is popping way out.
it's really hot in here.
It's not that funny, but for whatever reason, it is.
Oh, it's hilarious. All the people driving, they need to pull over now because they're about peeing their pants. Anywho, because you know all of our listeners drive while
Yeah,
listening to our
yeah.
episodes. That's the only way they can actually sit in the same room.
Mass
with it playing.
incontinence from my jingles. That's
Yep.
that's the problem.
Yep,
Then I'll write a jingle for adult diapers.
perfect. I think
You should wear them while listening to this.
How's your rhyming capability? Ha,
Sponsor.
orange and orange and orange and orange and orange.
perfect.
There's more that rhymes with orange. Orangey, porangey, scorangey.
You know.
Final,
Anywho.
Silas, final thoughts.
So my final thoughts. I hate it. But I love playing games with my friends, and my friends like it. so I'll play it to play with my friends
Silas,
because I have
can
a
you-
great time with my friends.
Good. Could you give your final thoughts in the voice of your character?
Well, I think I don't like it that much, but I like playing with my friends, so I guess I'll put up with it to play with my friends.
Perfect.
My flower's not talking to me no more.
All right, Billy. I'm sorry, Bubs.
Wait.
Bubs. Okay, take my hand.
There's a scourge beast!
We're gonna go back in the hospital now. Okay.
We're going to the hospital.
Here, put on this coat with the long sleeves.
Oh,
Okay, I'm just gonna hook him around here.
cozy.
Yep. All right, let's go back into your,
We're
into your
going-
mattress.
We're going to the zoo.
No. Come this way. No. Okay, let's go back to the padded. I mean, your bedroom, the mattress
I
heaven.
like this room. I can run real Watch. I can run real fast in the
No,
walls.
no,
It doesn't
no,
even
no,
hurt.
no, not in the corner. That's
Bubs,
Bubs? Stop it. Stop hurting yourself, Bubs. Why do you do this to
Hey,
yourself?
I can spread my toes real far apart. You want to see this?
Yes, I do. It is me, the Frenchman. I am your cellmate. You are very nice toast spread.
You can fit lemons between my toes. Don't ask me how I know that.
I am going to take you as my lemon holder. This man shall be the lemon holder in my lemon-themed restaurant.
There's just Bubs sitting up on the counter, just in the corner. He's just got
Come and get your
like 8
lemons for me. Look at
picks
this
it up,
lemon
and my toenails
holders.
are so long. You just like stick the lemon on my toenail and like spin it, and then just
It just
and
takes
then
the
it
peel
just
right
peels
off.
the lemon, and then you can show it to people and make them feel uncomfortable.
Step right up to this nice lemon peeler. It is Bob's and Frenchman's lemon restaurant.
You just gotta keep the knives away from me. That's the important thing.
That's true.
My
Anyway,
final thoughts are.
I was gonna ask you something, but
Okay,
fine.
sorry. What's that?
Okay, James, what are your final thoughts for this?
My final
Wait,
thoughts.
wait.
for-
Hold up.
Yes, Sam.
What are your final thoughts on the game?
My final thoughts on. Wait, Sam. What you want to ask me something?
No.
No, the joke's over now, James. Just it's not funny anymore. Stop.
I'm so uncool with my friends.
Someday you'll be funny. I think if you hang out with us more, you'll learn something. Maybe a French accent. Maybe how to be dumb.
I'm the son of Sam.
Why have I got all this milk?
Why does he sound like Rick and Morty? Why does he sound like Morty?
Rick and Morty.
Sounds like-
Anywho, that now stop. Okay.
Anyways, my final
thoughts. 3, 2, 1, go.
My final thoughts on
but
Fallout
wait,
76.
what were your final thoughts?
No, Sam, stop it.
My final thoughts on Fallout 76 is a bit too confusing. It wasn't too confusing. It's a bit empty. That's really my biggest problem with it right now. I think I'm level 8, so I really haven't played that much.
You're
but-
level 10 or higher.
Am I level 10?
Yeah.
I'm level 11. Get on my level.
Oh,
bro.
well. No. Go
Anyways,
take
I'm
your
level-
French button,
I'm
put it in
level
the
10.
corner.
I'm really not that high of a level.
No,
but
it's
it seems-
hi. How are you?
It seems really
Gosh.
empty, and there's nothing. Like, you'll go into a room where there's tons of shelves, but there's nothing on the shelves.
Yeah.
And
Can't pick up anything.
their looting system is stupid, because I think it should just be a universal looting system, so everybody gets loot no matter who shot them. If there's a dead body laying on the ground,
He's definitely from America.
no.
Wait,
I'm
look at
talking
you.
Fallout
Okay,
4.
Look at you,
If I
Mr. Socialist.
if I find a dead body, I want to pick up stuff from it.
Okay, but like overall
Out of
impressions-
context, that sounds really messed up.
I want to find a dead body.
I mean,
and
if I
wanna
find a dead
take
body,
stuff
I'll
from
probably
it.
find or pick up stuff from
If I
it.
find a dead body, there better be stuff for me.
That's just creepy, man.
It should be. Anyways,
Yeah.
so those are my final thoughts. Thank you so much for joining us, as you will every week. Thank you, Silas and Sam.
You're welcome. Let's pile into my rocket ship and fly away. Hee hee hee.
Wow, what a very nice rocket ship. I bet I could fit so many lemons on the rocket ship.
Make sure to check out This Podcast is Live on Instagram, SoundCloud, Podbean, and YouTube. Thanks a lot for listening. Have a lovely whatever time of day you're listening to this to.
Bye.
Lemons?